Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of Northampton Township Board of Supervisors for Wednesday, May 24th, 2023 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence to remember those that have gone before us. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we get started, I'll just remind everyone there's two opportunities for public comment this evening. The first opportunity would be for agenda items only. You can sign up in the back of the room for the agenda items only comment sheet, and there'll be an opportunity at the end of the meeting to make public comments, which can be any business you need to bring to the board. Please sign up in the back for that as well. So we'd like to start out tonight with some special presentations. This is a real fun part of our job. We love to recognize those residents that make special achievements. And I'll ask Kim and Paula to take the floor and call up Sara Osterhout. And her family, if you like.
Well, we are, where's Paula? There she is, okay. We are so thrilled to be here to present you an award today. Paula and I are both former Girl Scouts, so we are very appreciative of everything you've done. And I'd like to read the commendation. For Sara Osterhout, a resident of Holland and member of Girl Scouts Rock United Service Unit, Troop 621, developed, created, and implemented a gardening club for seniors. Sara devoted hours to planning and presenting her Gold Award project by fundraising to build and install raised garden beds to start a gardening club for the seniors at Brookdale Nursing Home. These elevated and waist-high raised garden beds are perfect for the elderly and disabled, so they can continue to enjoy gardening and the outdoors with fewer restrictions. Sara has shown a commitment to public service, exhibiting high moral values and principles throughout her scouting activities, while sharing the knowledge and experience she has acquired with others. Sara has proven to be an outstanding citizen of Northampton Township, and the Board of Supervisors wishes to recognize Sara Osterhout on behalf of the citizens of Northampton Township for attaining the Gold Award in the Girl Scouts. Therefore, the Board of Supervisors of Northampton Township recognizes and commends Sara Osterhout for her dedication to the community and for attaining the Gold Award in the Girl Scouts of Eastern Pennsylvania. So we just want to say, first of all, we are awed by the work that you have done, and to take care of our most vulnerable, our seniors and our disabled. I mean, can you do more than that? That is just beautiful. We are so proud of you. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to give you a hug. Great job. There you go. Here we go. And can we get a picture, Mom and Grandma?
We'll trade shirts.
Yes, here we go. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. Thank you.
Congratulations, Sara, and thank you for all your hard work. Next, we have a proclamation for National Library Week. Paula will take the lead, and we'll come down to the floor.
Hi, I'm Paula Gasper,
And Kimberly Rose is here with me. I wanted to congratulate Wayne and congratulate the entire library for National Library Week. And we have a proclamation. I am not going to read the whole thing. You can if you want to, but I am proud of our library and what it's become.
Thank you very much.
It's very good.
It's very nice. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for all you do, Wayne.
You're welcome. Say a few words, Mike. Thanks. Thank you very much to the Board of Supervisors. Appreciate the recognition for the library, and on behalf of the staff of the library, I'd say thank you and welcome you all to come and visit us as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Any public comments for agenda items? Thank you. We'll move on to approval of minutes. Paula?
Mr. Chairman, if there are no objections, I request the minutes of April 26 be approved by unanimous consent.
Thanks, Paula. Accounts payable, Kim?
Yes, I have the bills list for May 10th, 2023, total all funds, $547,730.34. And I also have the bills list for May 24th, 2023, total all funds, $2,177,164.26.
Thanks, Kim. If there's no other consent items, I'll accept a motion to approve them as presented.
So
Is
moved.
there a second? Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. No public hearings tonight. I won't be going to new business. Excuse me. Next up is consider a resolution authorizing a DCED grant for Northampton Crossing Detention Basin improvements. Bob?
Thank you. In early 2022, the township was awarded a partial DEP Growing Greener Program grant to retrofit the storm water basin at the intersection of Holland Road and Upper Holland Road in the Northampton Crossing neighborhood. If I may make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Please.
I move to adopt Resolution R-23-12, authorizing the township manager to file a grant application with Pennsylvania DCED Watershed Restoration and Protection Program to improve the detention basin on Holland and Upper Holland Roads as required by the Municipal Separate Stormwater System, MS4, permit, and to authorize the township manager to execute all documents and agreements required by the grant program.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Anything further, Bob?
No, not on this.
Kim?
No.
Paula?
Good.
No, all good.
None from me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, consider a services agreement with the Bucks County Redevelopment Authority. Paula?
Okay. The township has successfully used the services of Bucks County Redevelopment Authority to redevelop the former Richboro Schoolhouse. And more recently, the authority is assisting with redevelopment of the former Mill Race Inn property. That property is currently under an agreement of sale, and land development plans were recently filed with the township. Under the proposal, the original grist mill, built in 1767, will be preserved, and the property will be mixed use with both residential and commercial units designed under our village overlay regulation. I recommend that the board authorize execution of the cooperation agreement. We agree to engage the authority as agent to act on behalf of the township for redevelopment purposes. May I make a motion, Mr. Chairman?
Please.
Okay, I move to approve a cooperation agreement with the Bucks County Redevelopment Authority to assist the township with redevelopment efforts in Richboro and Holland, and to authorize the township manager to execute the agreement on behalf of the township. That would be Bob Pellegrino.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any further comments, Paula?
No, I think,
Bob?
No.
Kim?
Nope.
None from me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention earlier this evening as we started, Barry Moore sends his apologies. He couldn't be here this evening. Liaison reports. Kim?
Okay. The Northampton Valley Swim Club received quite a facelift. Fresh paint in and outside of the main pool and baby pool, new basketball and volleyball courts, and renovated grounds are what members and campers will enjoy this summer. Weather permitting, the pool will open on Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th. The weather does look questionable that day. Be sure to check Parks and Rec website for up-to-date information. The summer brochure has been delivered to your mailboxes. Be sure to check out all that is happening this summer. School will be out before you know it, and there's still room in the one-week specialty camps, but they're filling fast, so register today. Discount tickets are available at the Parks and Rec office from 8:30 to 4:15 at the Township Administration Building for many popular attractions all summer long. Call the Parks and Rec office at 215-357-6800 to make sure we have the tickets you need before coming in. The Parks and Rec Summer Concert Series will kick off on Thursday, June 1st at the Municipal Park Amphitheater and with a special concert from the Council Rock Jazz Band. Come out and support these amazing musicians from the Council Rock Middle and High School. Summer concerts are held every Thursday at 7 o'clock. Check the Parks and Rec website for the full summer 2023 schedule. The Northampton Township Preschool Potpourri has openings for a lead and assistant teacher for the 23-24 school year. Come join our talented and enthusiastic team. Contact Barbara Primavera, Recreation Manager, at 215-357-5396. Finally, the Parks and Rec Department would like to extend a very big thank you to the Public Works team. Public Works has been spending countless hours completing work on the pool grounds, new basketball court, volleyball courts, building new tables at the park, repairing the Gaga pit for our adventure campers, and so much more, ensuring that everyone will have a fun and safe summer. Thank you. The Senior Center report. The approach of Memorial Day marks the start of the Seniors Bocce League. It is the most popular league at the center, with 17 teams signed up for plenty of fun, laughter, and exercise, too. If bocce isn't your thing, there's plenty of other fun classes and activities to choose from. Why not check out the new basic drawing class, Doodles and Drawings? You'll never know about your hidden artistic talent unless you give it a try. The Senior Center will be hosting 2 events for the 40th annual Bucks County Senior Games again this year. The Senior Games are a time when residents of Bucks County, ages 50 and better, come together to participate in friendly, relaxed sports and game competitions that are held throughout the county. On Friday, June 2nd, the bocce competitions are scheduled through the day at the Northampton Senior Center's beautiful bocce courts. Wednesday, June 7th, is the day the pool players will meet at the center's pool room for some very lively rounds of pool. More details regarding the senior games can be found at the buckscounty.gov/senior games. It's past the deadline to register for the games. However, cheerleaders are always welcome. On another note, many of you may not be aware, but there is a terrific party room at the center available to rent. It's a beautiful 3,000-square-foot room that is the perfect venue for your next celebration, meeting, or special event. Any questions that you have, don't hesitate to call 215-357-8199 for more information, or just stop by the center located at 165 Township Road for a tour. The center's hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 to 3:30, and Tuesday and Thursday, 9 to 8. Another great source of information is the center's website at northamptonsc.com. And I wish everybody a happy, a blessed Memorial Day.
Thank you, Kim. Paula?
Okay, I'll start out with the Veterans Advisory Commission. I mentioned this before, but we will have a Memorial Day ceremony on Monday, May 29th at the Dombrowski Park, which is the waterfall park, at 9 a.m. Okay, and then if you want to plan ahead for your calendar, Flag Day, we have another ceremony, which is on June 14, and that's going to be at the Recreation Civic Center. Okay. Okay, I wanted to talk about Northampton Township. Our Veterans Committee is attempting to compile a database of veteran alumni that reside right here in the township. We want to honor and recognize them. We're asking all the veterans, if they would, that reside here, to email veteran Eric Saracino. Okay, his email is eric.saracino, that's SARACINO 26@gmail.com. Please share your name, your rank, your email, your branch of service, and the amount of years you have served. We can email you announcements and special events information. Okay, any questions you have about that, please email Eric, and if you want to go to the website, the back website, I think Eric's email is up on that. So that's that for that. Things are moving with the veterans, thank goodness. Okay, the library. After an overwhelming response by our patrons for our first 5-part series of beginner computer classes, we've scheduled a second offering of the same 5 classes for June and July. With 12 computer workstations in our computer lab, this new series is almost already fully booked. The classes being offered are basic computer skills, email essentials, internet searching skills, library account and catalog, and e-books. A few upcoming programs include one of our longtime presenters, and that is Norm Rubin. He presents a look at the history of unions on June 10th at 1 o'clock. On Thursday, June 22nd at 6:30, the Boyertown Museum of Historical Vehicles is providing a program titled Pennsylvania Turnpike, America's First Superhighway. Excuse me, the Summer Quest Summer Reading Program kicks off on Saturday, June 17 at 11 o'clock at the library. This year's theme is All Together Now. Michelle Kiker, our youth services librarian, and staff have scheduled 76 programs over an 8-week period, including new story times, 5 different kids' books clubs, chess club for kids, computer lab drop-in, coding challenges, kids' art lab, and family programming in the evenings. Our feature program includes Eyes of the Wild on June 27 and a magician on July 10. The library's website has a new page dedicated entirely to 2023 Summer Quest programming. Okay, Wayne is the director of the library, and Jen, the director of Parks and Rec, have begun discussions on how to collaborate on getting together with a few additional events to be hosted by both those departments at what happened at the library. And lastly, the library has filled the position of archives custodian for the township archives right here in Northampton. The new full-time staff member will be serving as both a member of the library's reference and also focusing on ensuring that the library continues to meet the required standards to maintain their Gold Star status in Pennsylvania. Gold Star Library status. Okay, this new person, she has extensive training and background in local history and archives, and she will be serving as the township archivist. Regular public hours for the archives will be announced shortly. And that's pretty much all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. Bob?
Well, I had two things. I'm down to one. This will show that Paul and I did not coordinate because as to the Historical Commission, I was going to also reference that Kelly Chase began May 1st as the full-time reference librarian and archivist. So now we've hit that
Okay.
twice. As to Public Works, I did want to mention something that is not actually a Public Works issue, but in discussions with a number of residents, many people inadvertently believe it is, and that is 2nd Street Pike and Alms House Road, most specifically between Jacksonville and the Pike at the moment, is somewhat of a minefield. We all know this. We all are aware of it. We all deal with it firsthand. These are state roads, so we do not have direct control of these roads. However, I am pleased to announce two things. First, we are told that midsummer PennDOT should be addressing this by paving those areas, and in the meantime, thanks to Mr. Pellegrino and our state rep, Kristen Marcel, we were able to coordinate with PennDOT within the last week or so, and I believe Monday evening of this week, PennDOT came out and did a patch job, which I then drove through hours later, and I'm pleased to say you will not lose your car in the holes anymore. I can't say it's a comfortable drive on Alms House, but we as a township are aware of it, and even though it is a state road, thanks to the diligent efforts of Mr. Pellegrino and others, we were at least able to put a Band-Aid on this. So hopefully by summer, the problem is permanently corrected, but that is not actually within our Public Works domain. That's all I have.
I also wanted to mention something else I forgot to mention, Mr.
Go ahead.
Chairman. If we could put that screen up of Bob Dombowski. He's a hero. I don't know if you can see him. His name is Bob Dombowski. There's his picture. He enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. He was scheduled to ship out for boot camp a few days right before he graduated. Ever since he can remember, okay, I'm going to put it in the first person, I have always wanted to be in the military. A few years ago, the Iraq War started. I was only 16 at the time. Okay, this article was written in 2005. But I started to do some serious thinking about what I want to do with the rest of my life. It was pretty easy. It was a pretty easy decision for me. I knew I wanted to go to Iraq and try to make a difference. People always ask, hey, Bob, why do you want to go over there? This isn't our war. Shouldn't even be there. And yes, maybe it isn't our war. Maybe we're really not fighting for our freedom. But since when is it not okay to try and make the rest of the world a better place? We're all humans. We're all in the same team, and teammates help each other. When I enlisted in the Marine Corps and picked up my MOS, or military occupation specialty, I picked infantry. And with that, I knew I would be much better, a much higher risk of severe injury or death. I have accepted this. I'm sorry. Okay. We want to try to give back to this country what we have taken from it, and we want to show our respect to all military personnel that have given their lives in every conflict and war before us. Because even though we have holidays like Veterans Day and Memorial Day, we don't feel that veterans are truly appreciated enough for the monumental sacrifices they have made. In order to make this the greatest country in the world, and it is the greatest country in the world, and you can thank a veteran for that. And don't get me wrong, there are some things I don't like about it, but I feel I have been privileged to have been born in America, and I felt it was my duty to do my best now and give other less fortunate people in less fortunate countries a chance to get even just a taste of the freedom that most Americans take for granted every day in our country. So please show your appreciation and thank a veteran. It has been an honor and a privilege to be here today. I would like to say thank you for all the veterans. Thank you, Semper Fi. This gentleman was killed, of course. This is a Gold Star member family, and I just wanted to honor him and mention him because he will be honored on Memorial Day. And I want you to get to know him. Thank you, that's all. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Paula. For my report, I just have one quick mention. If you recall, last month, we recognized Emergency Medical Services Week, which happens to be this week. So if you happen to be around town and run into the Tri-Hampton Rescue Squad, say hello, say thanks. We are fortunate to have the best rescue squad and emergency medical providers I know. They're a phenomenal ambulance corps, and I think they'd appreciate being recognized if you happen to see them. Well, and if you see any ambulance, please recognize them too, but especially Tri-Hampton. So that's all I have tonight. Manager's report, anything, Bob?
I have no report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Assistant Manager, Bill?
Nothing to report, thanks.
Thank you. Solicitor's report, Joe?
No report this evening, thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Engineer's report, Amanda?
No report, thank you.
Thank you. Public comment? We have one. Joe? I saw you sign up, Joe, so it was easy. Just your name for the record, thanks.
Joe Johnston, 41 Grant Drive. I wanted to pick up where we left off at last meeting, and I guess just to bring everybody up to date, we were discussing the Rails to Trails project, what's been going on with the county, and the township manager gave a pretty good explanation as how a normal government, in this case county, project operates. They don't have the responsibility to, or to go through the, well, not zoning, but the regular planning commission and things of that nature. They can borrow money, they can apply for grants, they can use their tax dollars to spend. They have that freedom to do so. And I agree with that, okay? But the Rails to Trails project is a little different, okay? There's some anomalies in there. And that is that SEPTA owns the right-of-way in that project for the railroad. And the county's leasing it from them. And part of the agreement that the county agreed to would be that they would have approval from every municipality that's included in the project, okay? So what that meant was that any county who wanted the project could have it, anyone didn't want it could just say no. And that was the case up until 2020 in our township. And we said no, but that got reversed in 20. So, and what the board passed was a resolution, R20-6, and before I read it, though, you know, that by the county needing township approval, that's leverage, okay? And I don't think for 1 minute that anybody on that 2020 Board of Supervisors would give up leverage in working with the county or any other organization, private company, whatever. You'd never give up leverage, okay, until the last moment, okay, when you're satisfied with the deal. So with that said, I'm going to read just the last two paragraphs, okay? R20-6, the Board of Supervisors of Northampton Township does hereby resolve to support the concept of developing that portion of the now inactive Newtown Rail Line corridor into a cross-country and multi-use trail within the boundaries of Northampton Township as part of a county-funded project to extend the existing cross-country and multi-use trail in Lower Moreland Township and the cross-country and multi-use trail now under construction in Upper Southampton Township. And be it further resolved that the Board of Supervisors of Northampton Township hereby assigns the township manager, chief of police, and the township engineer to work with the County of Bucks to ensure the safety and privacy of its residents remain a priority during the design and construction phase of the project. So that's pretty clear. So, you know, when I came in here last week and I asked, you know, who went to the county meeting, and the answer was no one. And it didn't seem like anyone was going to go. So, Mr. Chairman, when you formed this committee, I don't believe for a second that it was lip service, okay? So I would like to know, what has been done so far, to reach out to the residents. I don't understand why somebody from the township wouldn't be attending, reach out to residents to let them know that this is available to them, okay? I know the county did, okay? I'm already aware of that. We talked about that last week, okay? But this committee is supposed to do the same thing, okay? And, but apparently they're not, okay? So when I had suggested that the planning commission could do this, that wasn't from a planning perspective. It was possibly just to provide a venue where the county can hold their meetings and residents can come and learn about it, okay? So there was some confusion on my part there. I wasn't perfectly clear as to what I was talking about, all right? So, and it's a resolution, okay, the concept, okay? The resolution was for the concept, okay? And we're in the conceptual stage now, okay? When they come with a plan, then we're into permanent, okay? And that's going to need a second approval. And like I said, I don't think that board in 2020 gave up that leverage. I don't believe it for a minute, okay? So that being said, okay, this board or any future board could change its mind as a position on this project, okay? Is it likely? I don't know. And what would happen is it would go back to SEPTA, and then SEPTA would have the final say. Now, it doesn't guarantee that they would say, all right, Northampton doesn't want it, they couldn't come to agreement with the county for some reason, their portion is canceled. Or they might say, it's fine, just move on without them. So it's not a done deal, okay? And if it is, if somebody's going to come back and say, no, it is, Joe, you're mistaken, well, I'd like to know what law or what precedent you're referring to, okay, that makes a board, okay, not be able to rescind a decision. Now, for an example, much different case, but it applies, okay? Years ago, okay, the township was going to build a rec center at Upper Howland and Howland Road. They borrowed the money, okay? They were working on the plans, and then they canceled it. And that's how we got the library expansion, and we got the Jim Kennedy Senior Center, because that money was canceled over there and moved over there. So the project was close to construction, getting close to construction, they canceled it. Okay, so there's a precedent right there. It can be done. So thank you, and I look forward to hearing your comments.
Thank you, Joe. Bob, did you have anything you want to add? Okay, we'll take that under advisement. Thanks. Anybody else? Okay, with no other business, meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.